Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we get into the backstory of Luke Otero. Like, who is this dude? My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Tim Swyatt, Luke Otero, and Jason Bronger.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hola. Hey, everyone.
Hey-oh! So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Luke today. He's going to tell us his story. Should be fun. Linda Monica is tuned in. She's like the number one Luke fan in the world. So, yeah. So she's definitely listening and seeing what he has to say. So should be a good one. Luke did say there's something he wanted to talk about, though, before we get to that. What is that, Luke?
Yeah, so this show's supposed to air about December 7th.
Yep.
And I don't know about you and your families, but we start watching Christmas movies around December 1st, and we ramp it up until the end, and just wanted to know what everyone's favorite was of the season.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to go first? What's your favorite movie?
My favorite is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
I can literally watch that. I can watch it and then start it over and watch it again and start it over.
And it's funny every time, right?
And it's funny every damn time.
Did you watch it when it first came out?
Yes.
Okay. At the theater?
Yes. That's like my whole family's favorite Christmas movie.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. All right. Jason, how about you?
I've got there's top 3 for me.
Okay.
Christmas Story was great.
Yep. It's great.
It's always funny.
That's a great one.
Love that one. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Absolutely. I have to watch that one every year.
Yes.
That's more of a Thanksgiving, but it's still
a Thanksgiving. It's a holiday movie. Sure.
And my ultimate, I grew up with it as a kid, and we still watch it every year. Is Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Sure.
Sure. It just has a place.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good point there, man. It's that nostalgia that people are striving for, and it's like this Christmas, people seem to be really looking for that nostalgia. Like the decorating theme is the Ralph Lauren Christmas, or your traditional Christmas is what all the books is all. This is what the general's been telling me, because we've been doing this for decades. But they love this traditional Christmas thing back, and it's nice seeing people ask for some of that back and little family memories. Chevy Chase sitting in the attic watching the old Christmas movies. That's what people are looking for.
Right. What's your number one, Tim? What do you?
Number one will probably it's going to be Christmas Vacation, but I'm going to swap another one in here. I really enjoy that horror movie Home Alone. Because I don't. It may be Christmas
I love that one too,
but it's a horror movie that kid wanted to hurt those men.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, if he could take himself to the shop and go buy a toothbrush and steal it and run away from a cop, he could have stopped and said, "Hey, by the way, I'm home alone. My parents aren't here too." So this kid pre-planned everything. I do enjoy that part of it because it's I have a brother named Kevin. We used to fall in line with all that stuff, and it's just a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great one. My ultimate favorite, I'll spend a little time talking about a different one because we've already covered it. Is Christmas Vacation. There's no doubt that's my favorite. I got to meet Chevy Chase last year. They had an event where they screened the movie and got to meet him afterwards. I loved it. You hear he's difficult to work with, and if I bring up that story and I met him, they'll be like, "Well, he's a dick or whatever. He's hard to work with." He's not acting like that when he meets the fans of the stuff. He's not yelling at me and saying, "Get the fuck out of here." It's nothing like that. He's funny. He talks after these hilarious, and then you get to meet him, and it was just nice. It was a really nice thing to be able to meet him and tell him thank you. I mean, I've been laughing at that guy. I watched the first season of Saturday Night Live. So I've been laughing at that guy for more than 50 years. Think about that. That's crazy. So I thanked him for that. 50 plus years of laughs. It's incredible. So it was a neat thing to be able to do for sure. But the one I want to put a shout out, Becca Neely. The Neelys were here last holiday season at the house, and Becca insisted we don't watch the same ones we always watch. She wanted to watch Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn. That's freaking hilarious.
That's good.
That movie is fucking hilarious. So
that's great.
I watched it last year for the first time, and I thought it was funny. I would have never watched that in a million years, and it's hilarious. And then we watched it again this year already because this is funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Four Christmas.
Oh, Jason,
watch it.
You'd love it.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
It's
really
out.
good. It's really good. So,
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah. So it's really good. Legit funny. So all right.
Yeah.
How about you, Luke? You asked the question.
Yeah. Every movie and show that was mentioned. It's in our monthly rotation. My favorite, and it's like everyone said, is Christmas Vacation, but I have become very I watch it as often as I can too. It's called Love Actually.
Okay.
It's a British film, and it's funny. It's a Roman. What do they call it? A rom-com?
Rom-com.
Yeah, but it has the F-bomb is dropped all the time, and there's a lot of there's about 8 different little stories involved in it, and it all wraps it up.
All right, I thought you mentioned that last year when we talked about this. I didn't watch it.
And your daughter likes it.
Okay, all right.
Kat likes it.
She's a fan.
I'm not normally a chick flick. I don't do chick flicks, but I do like The Holiday.
Okay.
Which is kind of rom-com chick flick.
Yeah.
That one's good too.
Borderline Hallmark.
I actually did forget one, which is it's probably tied at the top. Is what just slipped my mind. Is It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, that's up there too.
I'm kind of snappy for the classics.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
Where do you guys fall?
It is. I'd say it is.
Controversial question.
Yes.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely,
Yes, it is.
It is. The guy, all he wanted to do was spend Christmas with his family. It's the ultimate Christmas movie, right? That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
It started that way and it ended that way.
Right. Here's another one. As we branch out into ones that might not be considered Christmas, and I think that's actually a Christmas movie, Die Hard, but The Godfather. There's Christmas scenes in there.
Yeah.
And it just feels right to watch. It's when you have the time to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie is during the holidays. Normally you're not, and I just like watching The Godfather this time of the year. It's not a Christmas story by any means, but for some reason it works at this time of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree with you there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's good. Yeah. All right, we agreed. So on that note, we're going to drink. That's a good thing. So let's start with Mr. Bronner. Mr. Bronner, what do you got there?
Going back to this Father Time second child syndrome.
Okay. Signed.
Signed right there.
Okay. All right. Pretty soft, but it was audible, so I'll probably be more than Tim. We'll let Luke go next. He got up and maybe got a ringer. He was moved out of his chair.
No, it's not going to be a ringer, but it's since it's my backstory, bourbon, Willett was very key and instrumental.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a single barrel, 9-year-old
purple top.
Purple top.
Okay. Not enough there. Jason still has the lead, but Tim's next.
I'm going to shout out to our boys at Trackside Distilling Company. This is the Founders Release 2025.
Nice. I like that stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Swine on the set.
Nothing there in terms of noise. Justine is next. Jason's got the lead.
I have Bardstown Bourbon Company rye.
Okay. That was good. That's going to be tough to beat. Justine has the lead. I'm going to take a run at it, though. I've got Boxing Bear number 12 here. Number 12. This is a 90-10 rye. So 90 rye, 10 malted barley. Let's see what we got here. No. Ooh. I was hopeful, but it didn't happen for me. Justine wins.
There we go again.
There we go again. Cheers to Justine.
Running.
Cheers.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'm just going to run out and get some snacks or something like that because she's going to be tuning in. We're going to talk about the Luke Otero backstory. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. All right. Grab one of those. Oh, God. It's George T. Stagg. We just throw it around here at the ABV Barrel Shop. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we get the backstory on Luke Otero.
Yes, we are. Luke.
Yeah.
Tell us what we want to know. How did all this come about? How did you become a bourbon fan? How did bourbon come into your life? And then how did you get to here to the ABV network?
Well, Bourbon has always been a part of my my life, especially in high school. We used to drink Wild Turkey 101
Yeah.
and Jim Beam White Label, and that kind of followed into my college years. And then fast forward into when I got married, we'd always have some sort of bourbon around, and going into like the mid '80s. I don't know if everyone remembers. I know Steve and Jason, you probably remember that the Blanton's, when it first came out, was pretty good. It was pretty good back then.
Yeah, it was really good.
And it was readily available, just like some of the other Sazerac products or Buffalo Trace products.
It was like $30 back in the day. It was cheap.
Oh, 29. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Elmer T. Lee. Geez. So that's when I kind of started to expand my taste. Was back in probably the 80s. And we just continued that path for a while, and we were always going back to Napa, me and the War Department, and so how we got into it. So now this kind of takes us into where we're at now, which is the probably the thick of our bourbon journey is right now is we're in Napa, and the War Department had too much to drink one night, and she wanted to know why we couldn't get some of these wines in New Mexico. And the friends of ours that owned the winery said, well, we don't want to go with the big distributor, or we've been burned, or this, that, and the other. And she said, well, we'll do it. So this is in...
She just commits you to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is in 2010. And actually, Lucas was actually he was a harvest intern at Cade and Plumpjack, which is a pretty well-renowned wineries in Napa. And we got back to Santa Fe. I said, do you really want to do this? She goes, yeah. I said, okay. I said, if we're going to do this, we're going to run it like a business, and we're going to get Lucas involved. And he said, I don't want to be involved unless we run it like a business. So Darlene wanted to be more of a hobby, more of a something. Right. And you can't do that. I mean, when Otero Consulting, the mothership, was going to invest the money into this distribution company, I take it a little serious. But we all agreed, and in 2010 we started the licensing process.
Okay.
And that takes a long time. All of you know that alcohol is the most regulated.
Yep.
Especially after Prohibition. And so it took us 2 years just to get licensed. And we started off just selling 7 different wines from 2 different wineries. That was in 2013. And then in 2015, some friends of ours who had a little liquor store and a restaurant said, man, have you ever considered doing bourbon? And I said, yeah, but don't know what to do, where to go. And he goes, well, check it out. And if you do it, we'll be your customers. So as anything, there's 5 of us in the family, and we decided, okay, before we decide to send me to Kentucky, expend the money, we got to find out who in our family wants us to do this. So Darlene and Victoria voted no. Lucas and I voted yes. And our oldest, she said, well, if does this mean we can sell tequila too? And I said, yeah, it's a spirits endorsement. She goes, then I vote yes. So that's what prompted us to go into, I didn't know what to do. So I called up my friend from Frankfort, Kentucky, Sean Cutter, who sometimes his firm represents the KDA, told him what we wanted to do. He goes, well, I know exactly but they're tough. So, meaning the Willett family. And so that was in 2015. 2016, I went out to Kentucky, July 27th, and met with Britt. And Britt said, well, what are you doing here? I said, I want to see if you like me and I like you. And if we do, then maybe we can do some business together. She goes, well, I like that attitude, but right now we don't have enough whiskey. And I said, okay, but we'll wait. She goes, okay. And so we waited. In 2017 of April, she sent an email. We look forward to doing business with you. So that started the whole thing and got me going back and forth to Kentucky for many, many times. I met. So in between all that time, though, is one of the first persons I met was Jason Bronner. And I met him actually through Steve's podcast. And went and had dinner. The General and I went and had dinner at your restaurant. And it was during the Kentucky Bourbon Affair. And then Jason went ahead and told Steve, "Hey, there's this dude." Right.
I was talking about you. Yeah.
He loves your podcast, loves whiskey, yada, yada, yada. And so that's how Steve and I got to meet. We were actually on a couple of events together.
Yeah, didn't know each other. He had met Jason, not me, and we ended up selecting two of the same events at the Kentucky Bourbon Affair.
Yeah,
and again, that was all done months in advance. You buy those tickets way out in advance.
Yeah. But then we ultimately ran into Jason again because he was selected to do one of the catering events at the museum. And first of all, your restaurant is still one of our favorites ever, and Bourbon's Bistro, and and so many times I went back and forth. After we got Willet, I went like you, Tim, to the Stave and Thief Society 1 day deal, and got certified, and that was probably a really eye-opening thing because we got to do hands-on, right. throw the grains in, do this, do that, look about the heads, tails, all the everything, so hearts, and so it's been an incredible fun journey. And people say, well, what's some of your favorite things? I said, geez, there's so many. I mean, having sit with Jason and Andrew and drinking Chessman. And then Jason actually poured me the best I've ever had was I think a 56 Old Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
And then going to Steve to different barrel picks with Freddie and Noel. Remember that one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all those memories just keep our passion and our love for it going. And having Lucas now in charge of it and exposing him to Kentucky and the bourbon industry, it makes it even that much more enjoyable. Obviously, our kids and even the War Department loves bourbon quite a bit now too. So it's been a fun family adventure, and we're not done yet. We're proud to carry Buzzard's Roost in our portfolio. We have Royce Neely's Hidden Barn and some of his other expressions, and it's just been fun. And when we get to have the opportunity to show off New Mexico to the whiskey world, we're pretty proud of it. It's a very small, when you think about New Mexico, and Jason found this out, we're a population of 2 million, but we're scattered out in basically 3 cities up and down I-25. It's 2 million people. There's 4 million in Houston. So
right.
I mean, not everyone in our state drinks bourbon, but we do have bourbon drinkers. So we operate like surgeons. We like to think that we try to place everyone's product where we think it's going to do the best at, and we expose those folks to some of the best bourbon coming from Kentucky, and awfully proud of that. And then being able to be with you, Steve, on many shows has just been a real fun thrill for me personally. Mm-hmm. Getting to meet Tim and Justine and many others. Could not have really done it. I mean, this really has helped us in our business. It kind of is my lifeline. I know what's happening in Napa pretty easily just because I do, but you have to have some boots on the ground and people who know what's happening in Kentucky to keep up with everything. And so this whole industry has been welcoming to us, still is. we had Royce here a couple of months ago, and I think he really enjoyed it. And I know Jason's been out here. Um Steve, I know you were planning on coming back, but something happened. Oh,
Right.
your partner passed away, and
Yes, yeah, unfortunately,
but
right when we were planning on making the trek, but
yeah. So our journey is, and my journey is. I'm gonna get a little sentimental here, but it's been really fulfilled quite a bit, and I'm happy and so honored to turn over the reins to Lucas, because as I think, Jason, you're the only one that's met him, but he is quite a capable young man, and
Lucas is great.
he's he's much nicer than me. So
that says a lot right there.
yeah.
but it's getting Andrew, and then Jennifer, coming to New Mexico, and that we love when they come, because he puts on his big black hat and he thinks that he's in old Tucson, OK Corral or something like that.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you, buddy. Meeting Luke for the first time, he's just one of those personalities where you want this guy in your life. I mean, he's a positive person. He's a good person to be around, and through the years, he's proven to be a very caring and thoughtful friend. I mean, so I'm proud to call Luke my friend. So, and I think everybody who appears on these shows with him is proud to be a friend of Luke Otero, and he's a good guy.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have to second that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you've continued to do nice things, just random things for people, throughout the years. I mean, you always remember, the date when, that's always a tough date for me on the calendar, December 12th, when my father passed away. I've written about that, but you've always remembered that, and, usually send a gift around that time, and you've sent other things. I had met, one of our best interviews we ever did was with Dave Pickerel. Mm-hmm. And then I got the chance to meet him at the Bourbon Festival in September of the year that he passed away. And, it was great to meet him in person and hang out with him for a brief time. And it really touched us that, we got to do that. But then, just a week or so later, he was gone. He passed away. And, a couple weeks, after that, I get a gift in the mail, a box. It's from Luke, and he had met Dave Pickerel and got a bottle signed for me. So here, Dave had just died, and I get this, bottle in the mail. It's from Dave Pickerel, signed that Luke had sent to me. Unbelievable that he'd think about me. Steve's a fan. He talks about how great that interview is, and how how impacted he was by the death of him. And Luke sent me a bottle signed by Dave. It was incredible.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal interview you and Renee did with mm-hmm. Dave. And it just so happened you saw him in September.
Right.
He was working his way up to San Francisco, but he stopped mm-hmm. at this liquor store in Phoenix that I usually would go to when we went to go visit Victoria at ASU. And there he was, he had sat there for 4 hours just talking to people, signing bottles. It was the most coolest thing. I had him sign 2 or 3 and wanted to know where I was from. And I told him, he says, well, I've never been there. Says, well, you ought to go. But he signed those, and then I got that to you and Renee. But those are things in life, the way I kind of look at it, you can do something good, or you can do something not so good, and I'd rather do something good, and
right,
and try to make a difference every now and every day, actually. So,
yeah. Well, you're not just talking about it, Luke. You're living it, and you're a great person. We love having you on, man. For sure.
Yeah, you should be expecting something Monday.
Oh, all right.
For your little celebration.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, man. That's incredible. I thank you, buddy. You're the best, man. You really are. So glad to have you on, and like I said, glad to just call you a friend. So it's cool.
Likewise.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
There you go. There's Luke's backstory. You got a question for him?
I got a question. I don't want to change the subject or anything, but I do have a question. So I noticed, Luke, that you call your wife the War Department. And Tim's got the general, And Steve, what did I forget?
The warden.
The warden. So it seems there's a theme here.
Yeah, there is.
And ironically, uniquely, each of us are own.
Yeah. So
I just call mine the wife.
The wife. Okay.
So when we started podcasting, I think Steve had me on, I want to say June 2017, it may have been, and kind of did like an introduction to who I am. And I said, well, my wife's name's Darlene, but I refer to her as the Ward Department. You can take it a lot of different ways, Justine,
Right.
but she's actually an incredible woman, and doing some incredible things now, especially down in Las Cruces. And but it's a I don't know, Tim, it's an affectionate name, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
No, it's protect the name. It's to protect the innocent. She doesn't like being talked about on the. She doesn't like to be called up by name, and it's pretty. I have a lot of fun with it because we show up at events like, oh, you're the general, and she looks at me, but it's quite deep down. She likes it. I'm the general. Yes, that's the rule of the roost here. That's exactly right. Yes, I'm the general.
Yeah.
So things are made by me.
So Jason, I think the wife, if that's a term of endearment for you, stick with it. Because if it works, stick with it.
Stick with it.
Right. That's what I've come up with so far. I've nothing military or.
Yeah. Well, she liked you, Jason, when she met you, and loves going to your restaurant. If the times that
can't wait.
Yeah, we'll get everyone back.
Can't wait to have y'all back. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And Steve, I don't know if you remember, but she picked me up from the Jim Beam distillery after that crab boil thing we did there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And so she ate with us, and then we drove back together. But she knows that the ABV Network family is near and dear to not only my heart, but our family and to our business. And that says a lot for you guys as well. I mean, we've been around New Mexico for a little bit, don't plan on going anywhere. So it's nice to know we have family extensions just about Michigan, Chicago, obviously Louisville, Missouri, St. Louis. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now you guys know you have Santa Fe.
Absolutely. So very cool, buddy. We appreciate you, and this is definitely a fun show, and I think the audience appreciates learning a little bit more about some of the folks on the air. So we'll continue to probably do some of these, and we'll go through everybody and get their backstory, kind of a fun approach. So on that note, we're going to wrap this one up, though, by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, because when Luke talks, we all listen, as well as on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
All right, Luke.
You took my okay. You can find me on LinkedIn, and also you can find us on Santa Fe on Instagram for Santa Fe Boutique Wines. So yeah.
All right, Jason.
Instagram, the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron. And you can find Buzzard's Roost and Bourbon's Bistro on all the platforms.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Justine, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com, but the company website, abvnetwork.com, that's an important one. We put our content out there, so the shows are out there every day. You can go back and search those. You're looking for, maybe you want to hear, Luke's first show, or Tim's first show, or Justine's, or Jason, or some of the stuff we've done with Jason through the years. You can check that out online, abvnetwork.com, and also come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We've always got cool things going on. We got a festival coming up on January 3rd. January 10th is actually the festival date. So come by and see us for that date. We'd love to have you there. We got 25 brands pouring at the shop. Should be a cool thing. We are online over at abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just want to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Take
care.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.